Welcome everyone to Gamer Meld. Today, the Noctua GPU gets announced, ray tracing comes to smartphones, Windows 11 destroys your gaming performance with this, and here is Intel's Arc GPU. Okay, it's news time, and first up for today, it's official. In a follow-up to a recent story I covered, where an ASUS rep shared images of the rumored Noctua ASUS GPU, the company has now officially unveiled it. The Noctua Edition RTX 3070 from ASUS is made with Noctua's NF A12x25 fans, which provides a reduction in noise levels by up to 15 decibels. The card is a light hash rate GPU and comes in two models: the regular Noctua Edition with a slight boost in clock, and the OC version, which comes with a boost clock of 1845 MHz. As you can see, it also has that odd video out configuration, but it is a pretty thick card. Quote, availability, whatever that means these days, is set for mid-October. Unfortunately, they didn't reveal any pricing and simply said to call your local rep for more information. Basically, it's a lot. But hey, maybe they'll have more than two. But first, if you're looking for a top-of-the-line custom gaming PC that's hand-built by a professional, look no further than today's sponsor, Digital Storm. The veteran PC builders with over 20 years of experience, and it shows. From the emails they send documenting each stage of the build process to the seriously impressive packaging, Digital Storm knows what they're doing. Plus, they offer a ton of options for every enthusiast, from custom water cooling to even sleeved cables, and it's basically just plug and play. Digital Storm installs everything you need and tests it all out before shipping. Oh, and every build comes with lifetime support, 1-year parts warranty, and 3 years labor. So take the guesswork out of PC building by visiting the link in the description below. Next up for today, real-time ray tracing adoption seems to have steadily risen over the last couple years since Nvidia first released their RTX 2000 GPUs. AMD's cards now support it, and the new consoles launched with it. But there's one thing I never even thought about getting it, and that's smartphones. I mean, let's be honest, while it's nice, ray tracing can kill performance on some of the best GPUs, and depending on the game, it's not always that noticeable. So call me surprised when an official account from Samsung on the Weibo forums confirmed that an upcoming Exynos processor would support ray tracing. They're likely referring to the Exynos 2200 SoC, which is rumored to come paired with an RDNA 2 GPU with 6 compute units, or 384 stream processors. And yeah, it could actually support real-time ray tracing. Of course, it's interesting to see as it shows just how serious the new tech is being taken. Samsung's Exynos 2200 is set to be in future Galaxy smartphones, and it could actually make the Exynos version better than its Qualcomm counterpart. We'll just have to see what mobile games actually support ray tracing, and if AMD brings over their upscaling tech to help mitigate performance loss. Next up, if you've been following the channel, you know that Microsoft has completely failed in their Windows 11 messaging. From going back and forth to supported hardware, to inevitably not supporting 1st Gen Ryzen and most of 7th Gen Intel. Then they admit you can upgrade, but you won't get updates. Basically, it's been bad. Well, it's about to get a lot worse, as PCs could see a dip in gaming performance by around 25% in Windows 11 compared to Windows 10. In a new blog post from Microsoft, they state, quote, "In partnership with our OEM and silicon partners, we will be enabling VBS and HVCI on most new PCs over this next year, and we will continue to seek opportunities to expand VBS across more systems over time." For those who don't know, VBS is essentially a hardware-based virtualization that isolates a portion of memory for better security. Now, that may not sound like a big deal, but in a new report from PC Gamer, they actually ran a few gaming benchmarks and found that VBS can kill performance in gaming, with most of the games losing around 25% FPS. With that said, some of the minimums actually went up, but the average FPS was really bad in most. According to PC Gamer, it was the benchmarking company UL who originally noticed this, and they're planning to add a check for it in future updates. Luckily, Microsoft isn't requiring VBS when simply upgrading PCs, but given Microsoft's statements, that could change. Regardless, those who are planning to purchase a new pre-build with Windows 11 will likely have it turned on. According to PC Gamer, you'll probably need to go into the registry to turn it off. As for whether it's enabled with a fresh install on a new custom build, I'm not sure. There seems to be some conflicting information on it. But either way, Microsoft is serious about this move, and that could mean millions of gamers will see a huge drop in performance from Windows 10, as if the GPU price hike wasn't bad enough. And lastly for today, we finally get to see what Intel's upcoming ARC GPUs look like, at least the high-end model. Plus we get more info on the release. The story originally comes from Moore's Law is Dead, who if you remember shared an image of the engineering sample a little while back. Then when Intel showed off the GPU in their drone video, it was eerily similar to that design. Of course, those are just the engineering samples that Intel has released so far. He's since discussed what he says is the current reference design, though he does say that this could be one of a few designs, so it may change. Either way, he got someone to make renders of what the card should look like, and as you can see, it's not bad. Maybe a little basic, but a pretty clean design. It's silver this time instead of black, and it has some LED lighting around the fans. It also shows an 8 and 6-pin connector, as well as another LED with the logo up top. Now, in the video, he didn't just share these renders. He also went over the release timing. According to him, that Q1 release date from Intel is only referring to the mobile parts and not desktop. Luckily, it's not too far away, but the desktop parts are apparently releasing in Q2 of next year. Of course, given the performance we've heard so far, that may be too far off. Then again, if they're actually available, it could be a hit. So while that does it for today, are you excited for Intel's ARC GPUs, or are you just bummed about that Windows 11 update? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you liked the video, please subscribe. And as always, have a great day!